Hello, welcome back to this pick a card reading. So today we'll be talking about what is frustrating you. It could be this week, next month, whichever day, time of year you are watching this. So you can say it's a timeless video. So today we'll be using the Smith-Waite tarot deck as well as some cards from the Language of Flowers and Secret Garden, which I will pull them out when we do the reading. So this is pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3, and I shall start with pile 1. This is pile 1 reading if you choose pile 1. So we'll be taking a look at the tarot decks and as well as some Language Flower cards and Secret Garden cards, which I will pull them out once I talk about the reading. So let's go ahead and look at the cards. So the first card here we have is the Ten of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Nine of Swords. So what is frustrating you, pile 1? It has to do with knowledge. After I flip over the Wheel of Fortune, the word knowledge come to my mind, and what I think of knowledge, it has to do with education. So some of you may be feeling frustrated, probably have to do with school work, and now because of this COVID-19 semi-quarantine kind of period, or if you are in other countries, maybe a full lockdown, I see that maybe you have an adjustment difficulty towards online learning, or maybe it has to do with if you are in Singapore, my country, maybe some of you just receive your outcome for university and you feel in some way that you just feel defeated. And why I say defeated is because of the Ten of Swords here. As you can see from the first card, it shows a guy laying on the ground and he has 10 swords being stabbed at the back. And with the Nine of Swords, I see here there's a lot of anxiety feelings as well. So you could be either overthinking, like the Nine of Swords on the third card here, or you could be feeling defeated. So depending on which situation that it fits you. So what is frustrating you has to take a lot of kind of pain perhaps, and I feel that in some ways you are a knowledgeable person, like what I have mentioned. So all in all, I feel that what's frustrating you has to do with adjustment to schedule, adjustments to education, or maybe adjustments to life in particular. So how should I give you some advice is maybe to stay open-minded, because Nine of Swords could be someone about being close-minded and not seeing things. Because if I shift this card and place it this way, this interpretation can mean that you're feeling defeated, you feel like you're not having enough sleep, at the same time you don't know what a new outcome is going to bring you. So this could be another kind of interpretation from this reading here. I see here that in future you are going to feel very knowledgeable. You are going to make use of the experience that you feel here to help you make a decision of some sort. Because if you pay attention to all these cards, you can see that all these cards shows about being knowledgeable, like reading, being prepared for being prepared for next time such events happen. And with 10 on the Wheel of Fortune and the 10 on the Ten of Swords, I see that 10 is an important number to take note, which is about trying to overcome difficulties. Okay, so whatever is frustrating you, please do know that it is temporary. It's not going to be permanent if you get yourself out of the mindset that you are facing with these two cards here. Okay, so this is what I see for pile 1, and let me get Language of Flower cards. Okay, some of you may be feeling frustrated on education, life adjustment, you're feeling defeated, you're feeling lost. And I see here about being alone as well, because I don't see other people, so I feel in some ways that you are doing things on your own. And for some of you, maybe talking to people is very hard for you. So do from time to time reach out to people and talk to people. Like you can maybe Skype your friends, just chat with somebody that you trust, tell them your worries, or if you need a counseling, try to book an appointment with your counselor. I know that it's very hard to do counseling, especially nowadays. Everybody is going by appointment and it's all online. So if you really need counseling, if you need help, please go and book your counselor in advance, you know. At least book them in advance so you can talk about your problems, what you're facing, and all this anxiety that you're feeling. And I see here that the cards here, your anxiety seems to be built up from your defeat, you know, built up from the past. And oh yeah, okay, I'm guessing also in the sense that I feel that in the past that you also feel defeated. With the Wheel of Fortune, something changed and it brings you back to the same place, and you be wondering, what did you do wrong? Like did you is it life being unfair to you, or is life trying to play with you? And I see here it has to really do with mindset, and there's no explanation to why things happen, you know. The only way to learn all this stuff is to really just take it as a life lesson, life experiences, because Wheel of Fortune again is something that keeps changing. So we don't really know the answer, but we can use the experience to make ourselves better. And for the language of flowers, the card you have the cactus flower, about having endurance. Okay, so keep going forward, just push yourself forward and realize that you can do it, because endurance card after all is about having determination. Okay, having determination even though things are painful. As you can see here, the cactus flower itself, cactus always have to do with like very sharp, you know, they have those spiky spikes on their stems. And he's saying that you are strong, you know, you have the strength and the determination to go forward in life, so long as you don't keep yourself close-minded, you know. Let fate brings you to which place you want to go to. Okay, so this is not the end of the world if you're feeling defeated, or you're feeling in some ways that you are lost, you know, because life has its own plan, and sometimes when things don't work out, there's always other plan that will suit to your best interest, you see. Because the Wheel of Fortune again, like other than destiny, is always things keep changing and things keep evolving. So don't be too hard on yourself, you know. Don't feel hard on yourself, because whatever that you're feeling, it's normal, you know. It's normal to feel frustrated about being a failure, but that doesn't mean that it should define who you are in the future based on this Nine of Swords here. Okay, so let me get the Secret Garden card for you. Okay, so this card came out on its own, and it's about Wallflower. Look for the crack in the concrete to find your way out. Okay, so I think that this week, wherever you're watching, I think it's a time to take yourself some time to find a way out of that mindset that you're feeling. Because whatever that you're feeling, like what I have mentioned, it's normal, you know, it's okay, you know, but you can't stay in that black dark place that is depicted in this Ten of Swords and the Knight of Swords, because there's a lot of things that is going to change. And with the Wheel of Fortune in the middle of the card as well, it also shows that you can still change whatever that you are feeling, you know, whatever that is happening right now, you still have the chance to change that feeling, you know, that thoughts that you're having. And whatever failure, you know, you can still rewrite your destiny, your stories. So it's not over, okay? It's not over, because you never know. This is the present card. When the wheel of fortune change again over time, maybe you no longer need that Nine of Swords there. Maybe it could be the Fool card, you know, or maybe something even more brighter. So there is still, you are still given a chance to change yourself, you know, you change your mindset, okay? And that is what I see for part 1, and this is all I have. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, do give a like to the video, and if you want to subscribe to my channel, please do so, and I will see you in the next reading. This is Power 2 reading if you choose Power 2. So we'll be taking a look at the tarot decks, and we will also be pulling out the Language of Flowers cards as well as the Secret Garden cards. So now let's take a look at the cards. The first card we have is the Knight of Pentacles. The second card is the Ace of Wands in reverse. And the last card we have is the Two of Wands. So what is frustrating you, Power 2? I see here has to do with progress. It has to do with opportunity, something that you've been longing for, but is very slow because of the Knight of Pentacles as the first card here. So in the past, maybe you're trying to work on a stuff that you wish it can come to life, but because it's so slow, so now you don't see there's a hope to the idea that you're trying to achieve, you know, because of the Ace of Wands in reverse. The Ace of Wands upright is usually talking about new exciting ideas coming your way, and or something being presented to you that you can make a dream out of it. But with it in reverse, I see a stagnation here, stagnation of an offer that did not come to you, and because of that, in future you are trying to search for it, you are trying to introspect it and see how to get the ideas. Okay, I mean, this is not a bad thing, but what is frustrating you is more to do with things being slow. Okay, things are not getting your way, something is slowing you down because of the Knight of Pentacles. So what I see from this Knight of Pentacles, you could be a very hardworking person, very consistent in your own work, like you plan out your stuff very meticulously, and in some ways I feel that you're on the right track, you know, you're doing well. It reminds me of this Kris Jenner meme where she say, "You're doing well, sweetie," you know. Yeah, I mean, that's what I see for the Knight of Pentacles, that you're doing well, everything is fine, but what is frustrating you is towards more of the offer not being handed out to you at this point of time, you know. Something is not coming to life, and this is what you're feeling right now. Is like you're wondering like when the offer is going to come through, when this opportunity is going to come, when is it going to allow me to do like all this work that I'm trying to do, you know. Like you're worried in some ways that your efforts are going to waste. This is what I see for this reading. With the Two of Wands, I hope that in some ways that you are able to get inspired back on your feet again to really know where to go. Because Two of Wands, if you pay attention here, you'll notice that the dude is holding a globe, so maybe some of you are intending to travel as well. Or if you're applying for universities, like in Singapore, most of the people from junior college or polytechnic, they have already received like university outcome, And maybe some of you are applying for scholarships, perhaps. Or if you are not in Singapore, or maybe you are somewhere in US, I see here of you guys are trying to also do the same thing, like trying to secure stuff. Like other than scholarship, it could be securing a bond for you to travel and study, travel to do something to do with securing an offer or an opportunity that you've been eyeing for so long, but it's coming at a very slow rate and it's making you frustrated because you work so hard, at the same time you can't get it because of lots of constraints, you see. But in future, do know that your hard work is going to pay off because of the Two of Wands there. It just needs time. It just needs time to like let the things flow. Don't be too controlling of an outcome. This is what I see for this reading. So let us take a look at the Language of Flowers card. Okay, so we have the card here that says Gardenia. Awareness. Wake up, roll the clouds away and look. Okay, so maybe this is the time for you to be aware that things are going to come your way. You just need to be patient. Keep doing your thing, keep being consistent in your work, keep being consistent in your own character, your, like what I say, your work. And yeah, just be aware of it. Don't make yourself also close-minded, like what I had mentioned to pile 1. If you are close-minded to opportunities, or if you are close-minded, things will never get your way. In order to manifest a dream, you have to be aware and be open to new ideas, being open to new possibilities. Oh yeah, and speaking of possibilities, I think why the Ace of Wands is in reverse has to do with, again, being close-minded, and maybe an offer is being presented to you, but it's not something that you want. It's like, example, you are being offered the university that you want to go, but it's not the first choice that you want to study. So example, you want to study computer science, but you are being offered computer engineering. So it's a kind of like different discipline, and you don't want it, and therefore maybe this is what you are feeling. I think you roughly understand what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that some of you may be presented with an opportunity, but it's not what you want. It's not to your interests. It's like, and because of that, maybe you felt that somewhere you have to work harder, but I don't think it has to work hard, like it has to do with about working hard. I think maybe in some ways that maybe you're given a certain opportunity because you are not aware of certain talents that you have that you did not see. Maybe this is why the Gardenia card has to come out, is to be aware of your own perks. Maybe committees or whatever that presented you the idea saw something else in you, and they offer you a kind of project or work or something else that they believe it suits more towards you, geared towards to your abilities. This is what I see here. So I think being aware, maybe it's time for you to list down what is your strengths and weaknesses. Okay, so yeah, let's take a look at the Secret Garden cards. Oh dear. Okay, apparently we have 4 cards. So today you are in luck to hear more stuff relating to your reading. So the first word here is about growing. So maybe this is the time for you to grow as an individual. Use this time to improve yourself, do something that makes you happy. Grow as in trying to find ways that will allow you to secure an opportunity. So using this experience to help you understand yourself better. Okay, so I think grow, the word has to do with the Knight of Pentacles as well. For me, when I see grow, I see here as trying to build yourself up, you know. Like example, if you are lacking a confidence, maybe it's time for you to take up a kind of public speaking skills to help yourself. And maybe that is how it can help you secure an offer with the Ace of Wands. It can make it upright again if you just take up some new skills or new knowledge. Okay, so all in all, I see here is about taking up something new, a knowledge that can serve you in future, especially when opportunities are going to come and it's going to make you feel like a citizen of the world. So the second card here is beauty. Dare to be tender and strongly vulnerable. So how does beauty relate to this reading? I think is to see that the offer presented is not as bad as what you think. Seeing the beauty in the fact that what you're experiencing right now, this frustration that you're feeling, is a kind of beauty that will transform you into a kind of better human, better individual in terms of trying to secure an opportunity that is presented to you, the Ace of Wands here. So like the first pile, you also get the wallflower, which is to look for the crack in the concrete to find your way out. So this card, I feel in some ways it has to do with more of trying to be open-minded, you know. Look at the Ace of Wands reverse as a sign of a blessing, perhaps, like looking at the crack, seeing it, the flaws, as something beautiful, you know. This wallflower and beauty has a correlation here. And most importantly is to be present, use the hours and don't count them. So whatever I have now, you know, whatever that is in the present, they are all good opportunities. Whatever that is being handed to you, they are all good in the way that can allow you to help yourself improve, progress on to be a kind of person that you want to be, to inspire to be who you really truly want to be in future, you know. This is what I see here for pile 2. And if you do like this reading, please like the video, and if you want to subscribe to my channel, please do so. I hope that this reading does help you to see what is frustrating you. I'm a bit tongue-tied today because your reading here is a beautiful reading. At the same time, there's a lot to interpret here, but what I can tell you is that this opportunity that you are given right now is a good thing. Don't see it as a bad thing, you know. Don't compare yourself with others as well, because whatever that you're doing, just be consistent and you will manage to get it at the end of the day with the Two of Wands. So yeah, that's all from me, and have a good day. This is pile 3 reading if you choose pile 3. So we'll be taking a look at your tarot decks, as well as we'll also pull out the Language of Flowers and Secret Garden cards. So if you are hearing me feeling like very tired, you know, my tongue, I feel so tongue-tied, that's because pile 2 reading was a lot to take in. So I hope that this pile 3 reading, if you choose pile 3, it could help you resonate, you know. I try my best to articulate what I'm going to say, and without further ado, we shall look at your cards. So the first card here we have is the Moon, Ace of Cups, and we have the Two of Cups. Now this is very interesting. I just realized your pile has a progression from 1 to 2. You see, Ace of Cups and 2 of Cups. Second pile has a progression of Ace of Wands and 2 of Wands. Yep. And we have pile 1, which also has a progression of 9 of Swords and 10 of Swords. Okay, so I mean, there's a lot of progression happening for all piles, and for you, pile 3, I see here this has to do with friendships or relationships, depending on what sees fit for your situation. So what is frustrating you is that you have lots of feelings. Okay, Ace of Cups has always to do with lots of feelings, feeling overwhelmed, and then so exciting, you know, a relationship or a friendship that is so exciting that you just want to offer your cup to the person. With the Moon card in reverse, not reverse, with the Moon card upright, the Moon always tells me about something is being unseen, you see, because if you pay attention to the Moon card here, we see the 2 dogs or wolves. They're just barking at the Moon. We see here there's a scorpion here. Usually scorpion means that it stings, you know, something that you haven't realized of your relationship or friendship, and it stings, you know, the feeling of that sting is what I get from the Moon card. But overall, I see that there's gonna be a reciprocation in this whole relationship and friendship that you're having. So what is frustrating you is maybe have to do with not knowing the other party that well. Maybe your partner or friends is blocking you. Maybe they haven't really trust you enough to really offer back the kind of feelings that you're feeling right now. Feelings that you're feeling right now. So I mean the kind of emotions that you're feeling right now. Okay, so yeah, I mean, this is what is frustrating you, is that you just want to be in your friends, your partner's good book, but they are not that open. And in some ways, the Moon, maybe they have some dark side that they don't want you to see, but they like you in general as a friend or a potential partner here. So what in my advice to tell you is that to really just keep your friendship, you know, keep this relationship, talk to them like how you would all the time, be patient with them, you know. Maybe they have some mistrust in people in the past, which is also explains why the Moon card is there. But overall, I see here as generally a fine reading that has honesty there because of the 2 of Cups. Because 2 of Cups is about having honesty and reciprocation back and forth. So I see there's not much problem with the partner that you are trying to seek, or the friend that you are trying to be close with, in that case here. So let's look at the language of flowers. So with the Ace of Cups, okay, this reading, I don't really know how's the other party feeling. This is more generally on yourself, so it's hard to tell whether why they are feeling like that, like why they not really trusting you completely. But I'm guessing maybe in some ways this is them, you know, their character. Like some people, when you make friends with them, you're friends, but they don't want to tell you much because maybe you haven't reached that certain level, that stage yet to really let them be vulnerable in front of you. Yeah, this is what I see here. Try to get the cards out. Okay, alright. We have 2 cards here. Okay, we have this cyclamen, re-resonation. So some of you may need to say goodbye to some stuff in the past that no longer serve you. Maybe the person you're inquiring about is open to you, but in some ways maybe you're blocking yourself, you know? Maybe something in the past is also stopping you, and this is why you're feeling like, why is the person not trusting you in the first place? Maybe that person may not trust you because you're not telling something. When we expect another party to be open to us, we never think about maybe we are not even open to them as well. So something in this cyclamen card that is telling me that some of you need to let go of the past, say goodbye to what you no longer need. You know, something in the past should be left in the past, you know. Maybe that's why the moon card is the first card here, because some of you may be holding baggage from the past that you bring it over to the present, and the energy that you see here, the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups, they are beautiful energies, but you want to preserve the energy. You have to really let go of that kind of expectations or something that no longer serve the need here, you know. This person is the new person, you know. They are not the one from the past. The past should not stop you, you know. The past does not equate to the future, okay? And we have fortitude, the everlasting daisy. Be brave and dig deep, okay? Oh god, I'm too tongue-tied. Okay, so maybe there's a need to be strong as well, no? So maybe these two cards have different situation because there are many other people who are watching this video. So each of this message here has to resonate with different people. So either you are releasing something from past, or you need to be brave and just talk to that person and just get to know them and don't stop what you're doing. Because I see here the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups, they are all progression, you know. Like, things can be translated into a 3D relationship, friendship, if you just do your thing, you know. Just continue what you're doing, just keep up, you know. Yeah, I mean, if one wants to translate from Ace of Cups to Two of Cups, is really be brave. Maybe some of you need to go confess to the person, perhaps. So for the Secret Garden card, we have the Radiant card. Okay, so ironically the sun is shining at my side here, so today I'm getting blessed, people. Okay, Radiant. So keep your head held high and follow the sun. It's okay. So when you think of the sun, you think of the father sun, you know. There's this Earth Magic Oracle cards that has to talk about the sun, and it also has to do with radiance. So if anything, if you are feeling worried or anything, do know that you are being protected at all costs. So just keep your head held high, do your own thing, don't give up on this relationship, that friendship that you're having. Just bask in this lovely connection that you are feeling, you know, because it's good, you know. Radiance ma, right? Keep your head held high and follow the sun. Okay, I'm going to take one more card because I want to give you more nice messages. Okay. Oh shoot. Okay. Should I take all these cards? Okay. Okay, so yeah, I mean, there is potential here. The littlest key can open the heaviest door. Okay, so the smallest key can open the heaviest door. Okay, I see. I told you I'm so tongue-tied. So yeah, I mean, this is really, like what I said, it's a potential connection that can be translated to a 3D relationship or a friendship if you just keep on persevere, you know. Keep your head held high, just talk to them, just be who you are, don't change yourself, you know. Don't change yourself. Okay, don't change yourself to fit into that person book. No, just be you. Because I mean, if you are yourself, there's no need to hide, right? And when people see you being honest, they really will admire you, you know. They will not, I don't think that they will feel in some ways like they don't like you. No, potential, after all, that means this person may like you for who you are. So I'm going to pull out another card that apparently only for your reading, since this is about possible connection, romance, relationship. So I'm going to pull out the romance angel card for you. So what can you expect from the connection? Just boosting your confidence. I see that maybe you guys need some confidence about this connection, and that's okay, you know. Okay. And what you have to do, express your love. Go ahead and make a romantic gesture, okay? So there is definitely, this card is a definite sign that yes, that person may like you. If you continue just making friends with them, talk to them like normal, I can see that this relationship will just progress on to be a committed kind of relationship that you're hoping for. So express your love, you know. This is a yes card that you can just go ahead and just make a gesture. And so because of that, at the back of the card we have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a highest level of commitment. So yeah, this shows that this thing that you're inquiring about, it's gonna work out well, no? So long as you keep your head held high, be confident, be open, no? Be yourself, be you, and just work on the friendship, you know, like get that person to trust you. So this is all I have for pile 3. If you chose pile 3, if you like this video, do give a like to this video, and if you want to subscribe to my channel, please do so. I hope you have a great day. Today is a sunny day, and lots of love to you guys, and I'll see you in the next reading.